Assalamu alaikum, good evening, and welcome to tonight's episode of Talking Points. I'm your host, Syed Neaz Ahmad. In our studios today, as usual, we have a distinguished guest. He is Mr. Bahir Ahmed, a very well-known businessman of the Bangladeshi community, the diaspora. He has lived in Europe. He is director of the British Bangladeshi Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He has an interest in property, in catering, and investments. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming along, giving us the time, and we are honored to have you on the show. Mr. Bahir, you are a businessman, very well known in the community. Until very recently, you were the president of the British Bangladeshi Chamber of Commerce and Industry London region. You are a director. What compelled you, what motivated you to go into business, and how did Mr. Bahir Ahmed become an entrepreneur? Where did it all start?
Thank you. It started actually in 1981 in Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Netherlands, and it's actually you will be surprised to know that I'm a musician myself.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my father.
Well, what do you play?
I play guitar, Hawaiian guitar, and I was very good though. But I lost my father very early age,
Mm-hmm.
so I have to look after my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I did my graduation actually studying at night college, and I was doing started already in 1972 pharmacy business. I was owning a pharmacy, so it started from there. And normally by nature I am very much innovative type of person.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I know though, that I am not able to sit in one chair more than 1 hour or 2 hours. So I know that.
Well, that's very good, because this show is only for 1 hour.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Because that's is actually starting point of my business career.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to after the liberation, I went to Amsterdam. Start my career in the hotel catering business.
Normally, people from Sylhet come to London, as you said. But how did you land in Amsterdam?
Well, it's a very long story, but I cut it short for you and your audience. As I am from Sylhet, it's all in our generations actually,
Mm-hmm.
in our mind, always to, in those days, actually to come to London. So I bought a ticket and took a tourist visa, but it's my pure bad luck and good for the British immigration.
Mm-hmm.
They did not believe it that a young man of 22 years with 35 pounds in his pocket could be a good tourist for for this country. So I end up with 35 pounds in my pocket in Amsterdam.
Mm-hmm.
And in taxi fare, it cost me almost 31 pound.
Mm-hmm.
Then I stopped the taxi. I said, "Is enough. Let me find
I walk from here.
And that is the starting point, and I learned my catering experience from a big chain of hotel group.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 1981, I started my chain of restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And
In
that
Holland?
was the start. In Holland, yes.
Mm-hmm. Now, what sort of restaurant?
It's an Indian restaurant.
Indian restaurant.
Although, again, I did not have enough experience in Indian food, although
Right.
I was expert in French cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
I was working in a 5-star hotel as a F&B manager.
Were there enough people who were interested in coming to the Indian restaurant?
Yes, not in that period,
Mm-hmm.
but also by opening up the few restaurants, I was able to bring lots of cooks, family members from Bangladesh to here. So I
Mm-hmm.
created lots of job also for Bangladeshis, and
Right.
they
That is the essence of the entrepreneur,
that's
creating job.
Yes, and that's give me also a type of satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Beside of course, successfully carrying forward with your career.
So all your restaurants were in Amsterdam or elsewhere?
No, it's in north and southern part of every city.
It's not a very big country.
It's not a very. You can move around within 2 hours all over there, Netherlands. Though.
And you did have a good experience of people visiting the restaurant and helping you build up a large community of people who appreciate Indian food.
Actually, the restaurant business was in Holland very challenging because my restaurant was the third Indian restaurant was in Netherlands. Now we have more than 150, and this is the second generation with knowledge and expertise we pass on to them. But while I started my business in UK, in London, it was like trying to sell ice to Eskimos.
Right.
It was very challenging because if you combined, if I give you a figure, London has more restaurants than collectively Bombay and Delhi. London has more than 4,000 Indian restaurants here. But of course, with my knowledge and expertise, I carry on, and during that period find a way to diversify my knowledge and expertise. And always, as I mentioned earlier, I'm always a guy with ready to take new challenges.
Right. When you came over from Holland to London, you went into the same business again.
Yes, because
restaurant.
Is in business world.
You had a restaurant some time ago. I learned that somewhere in the city named Kasturi.
Yes, it was Kasturi in the Aldgate area. It was in the city. Again, it's very challenging area. But of course, the knowledge and expertise I brought back from Netherlands, it's helped me because what I learned there, integration, and I learned there the way the service should be provided. So and of course the experience of running one of the largest chain of Indian restaurant in Europe. So those all combination helped me to sustain in UK's strong competition.
Well, when did you realize that you have to diversify rather than remain settled in the same business?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I am always very innovative type of mentality. You will not believe it. While I was running third restaurant, I tried to divert myself. I went to the catering. I was supplying to KLM with chapatis with a local partner, and I went to chicken processing. Although I don't have any knowledge about how to process chicken, so I learned it. So I wanted to take the challenge of the business. And in business, you know, if you start 10 businesses, you must be lucky if you succeed in 3 or 4. So I try my hand in various sectors, and you will be also surprised to know it that as a restaurateur, I became a founder chairman of an asset management company in Bangladesh and ran it for 2 years.
How did you do that?
Well, that's you learn through a phase, and you research, you study, and that I enjoy mostly while I am going for innovative, some challenging businesses.
Where did you raise the fund for the asset management?
We raised the fund from UK. It was a young generation from our diaspora community who supported us with the fund, and it was very challenging project for UK diaspora community, because our first generation actually invested in Bangladesh in the banking sector. We are the pioneer diaspora community to invest in the financial institutions in Bangladesh.
Particularly in the Sylhet region, I understand that there's a lot of investment in the hospitality business.
Yes, Sylhet now becoming a hub for tourism and educational hub, and lots of the resorts, the hotels are coming, especially now after government declared it, the Sylhet airport should be international airport, and they are preparing the runway to take the.
It's very strange, see, that they say that you can land there, the big jets can land, but you can't take off. But when we go from here to Sylhet, see, we land there, we take off from there, and then we come to Dhaka. So I can't understand the logic.
Yes, sometimes while you see some of the carrier, while they have a cargo,
Right.
Runway is not fit for the heavy aircraft landing, and that government is preparing.
That's cargo flights, yes.
We believe as a business community, government should do it years back, because this is part of the infrastructure tourist and business community are looking for.
Right.
You see, while government announced that they are going to set up the airport and allocated the fund, it's 4 or 5 hotel project already taken off from the airport area, and this is tremendous momentum from the business community to go in and invest.
A lot of people have gone from London to set up
yes.
and businesses
most
there.
of the hotels, I think 80% of those hotels is by the UK diaspora community.
Yeah, there are also resorts.
Yes.
On way to Sylhet, I saw some.
Yes, resorts also is part local investment, part diaspora community, NRV community, and there is a huge opportunity lies at this moment in Bangladesh.
In hospitality and particularly in the tourist industry.
Yes, tourist industry. Only we believe that if government come up with some infrastructural development and they provide some of the other facilities which attract the tourists, because we don't need actually foreign tourists in Bangladesh at this stage. Local, due to the economic gain, due to the sustainable economy now, Bangladesh is second largest middle class community now, and they have a surplus fund to spend, and except the small breaks and holidays, actually Bangladeshi population don't have any other entertainment like we enjoy in European domain.
Okay, it's time to take a break, and when we come back I'll pick up a few points on that infrastructure thing.
Thank you.
We'll be back after this short break. Don't go away, okay?